Oh boy, this sounds like quite a big one for me to cover.
Which is why you need my help.
Fiddling horse apples, what the fuck? Who in Tartarus is talking?
That would be me, the voice of reason, fellow pony reviewer coming to help you out.
I personally...
Whoa. What are you doing?
Reviewing an episode?
No. You need to establish some sort of structure. What?
Don't look at me like this with your cloudiness.
I wish I had a face so I could perform a face palm.
Well, anyways.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
Rainbow is not Fluttershy, Fluttershy is Pinkie Pie, Pinkie Pie is Applejack.
Oh, sweet Luna, he's actually doing it.
I think we should do with this review what should have been done in regards to this episode in the first place. Make this a two-parter and look at the 2 stories separately.
When Twilight finished Star Swirl's spell, it was time for the transformation. And...
And we are back. Well, at least me. And where am I?
I think we just got transported to my channel. Weird. Wait, that means... Hold on a second. Alright. Much better.
Whoa. What about the whole voice of reason thingy?
Hey, my channel. I can do whatever the hell I want.
Well, if this was the case, why doesn't your OC have his cutie mark?
Well, my cutie mark is supposed to be a scroll, but it wasn't properly rendered.
Sure. I can say I'm not too comfortable being on another channel, so...
Don't worry, everything's gonna be fine. There's cookies and punch by the door. Just relax.
Well, if you put it like this, I feel a lot better. I can't imagine anything bad happening when cookies and punch are involved. What's up with the music?
Nothing. We should probably get started on part 2 of this episode.
Okie dokie Loki, starting with the story, right?
You got it.
Well, last time we saw Twilight fixing Star Swirl's spell and the elements of harmony doing something, and she's dead.
Well, that was a dark ending. Just kidding. She's not dead. She just ended up on the ethereal plane?
Rather the Twilight Zone. Or if I'd put it, the afterlife.
What are you talking about? She's not really dead.
Of course she is. First, look at her expression right before her incineration. This is totally the look of some pony who found her peace and is ready to move on.
Well, if that's the case, why is she weirded out to where she ended up?
Well, do you know how exactly your afterlife looks like?
Good point.
Also, in the afterlife, she meets her goddess and gets to see her whole life flash before her eyes. Literally.
Really? I think Celestia is just a stalker. Or has every episode on Netflix.
Hard to argue with you there. But my final argument for Twilight's magical mystery disease is, when she returns to the plane of the living, she descends from heaven and has a pair of rings. Like an angel.
My eyes! The goggles, they do nothing!
So yeah, Twilight returns to Equestria with a brand new pair of wings and faces her suicide accomplices.
You're really going with the death theory, aren't you?
Yup. Well, Celestia meets up with every pony as well and explains that Twilight is now a princess because she mastered the necessities for earning this title.
And those necessities are charity, compassion, devotion, integrity, optimism, and of course, the leadership of a true princess.
And after this we get the big coronation ceremony, featuring another new hairstyle for Twilight I dislike, Liquid Pride, 3 more derpy cameos, and Twilight doing the Neo from the ending of the first Matrix movie.
Now we get into Twilight's character development. As CloudCuckooCountry stated, the first 3 seasons of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic is the hero's journey, minus refusal to return in the magical flight. All the elements of Joseph Campbell's monomyth are reflected through Twilight's experiences in Equestria. When Twilight breaks out of her apotheosis, she remembers the spark that brought the magic of friendship together. Remember this scene from the series premiere? Or how about this one? Both the spark and the element of magic are rediscovered by Twilight in this episode and reflects her character really well.
Now for the technical side of things. While the visuals already started out pretty awesome during the first part of the episode, the animators went all out for the grand finale. Heaven just looks heavenly.
Please stop it with the death analogy.
Especially the Path of Memories. And like in the previous epics, the epilogue setting was done beautifully.
The music brings all of the feels in this part. Celestia's ballad, while not my favorite song, has me gushing a couple of manly tears seeing how proud Celestia is of her student and how much she's accomplished over the years.
Yes, this song. Feather it. It is really touching and giving me a hard time plotting against her in the name of the new Lunar Republic. But as DigiBrony said...
Yes, Celestia is every bit as manipulative and tricky as we always thought she was.
And don't forget all the suffering Starsword's book caused in Ponyville. Okay, I'm fine again.
You know, you kind of look like Omak in that uniform.
Say, what now?
Oh look, 2 other songs. Ah! Fluttershy clones!
This is creepy
Kill it with
music.
fire!
Make it stop! Make it stop!
Oh, thanks Celestia, a reprise of the first song.
Oh, look! The episode started all over again. That's cool.
So, yeah, you probably know what we think of the other 2 songs.
Well, I guess we kind of already talked about everything worth mentioning in regards of the entertainment value.
I believe the only thing left to talk about is the moral and how well it reflects not with the episode, but with the series as a whole. The premise of this episode, if we count it as one whole episode, not 2 parts, is about completing the spell to reach a higher calling. In this case, it's about becoming an alicorn by nurture instead of nature. As Celestia said, this was the only time an alicorn appeared from a unicorn. This is what Swirl was trying to accomplish when he was writing the spell several hundred years ago.
I guess you'll find that there are quite a few differing theories about what the spell was supposed to do in the first place. I expect getting addressed a lot about this in the comments.
I'll get used to it. The reason he could not complete the spell was he didn't grasp the magic of friendship, the final ingredient to make the spell work. Now here's my theory to what happened to Starswirl the Bearded. Because he didn't grasp the magic of friendship, the spell of course backfired. However, unlike the main 6 where their cutie marks and memories were switched, Starswirl's spell backfired drastically because he was caught up in his studies and had no time for social interaction. I cannot give exact details, but it more than likely changed him for the worse, leading more speculation that Discord is actually Starswirl.
Which would actually answer the question a lot of fans brought up, why Celestia lost her cool and reacted so strongly and emotional after Discord's first appearance in Return of Harmony.
Right, when Celestia discovered Twilight's potential with magic, she wanted to make sure another incident like Starswirl did not happen. This is why Celestia sent Twilight to Ponyville, to find that magic of friendship to complete the spell.
So, you say it was Celestia's plan from the very moment she took Twilight in as her prodigy to confront her with Starswirl's spell? And she never bothered letting any pony in on the plan? Better getting my NNR armor out again.
Which brings me to my next point. Throughout the entire series, an overwhelming majority of the lessons of friendship were learned by the girls on their own. They took the problems head on, and after 22 to 44 minutes of screen time, they come to the lesson of friendship by what they learned through experience. There are a couple examples that learn through mediation, like in Call the Cutie or Fall Weather Friends, where Twilight helps them realize they just learned a lesson, but it's still their own experiences. It's also the reason why I despise bridal gossip and mare duel. Both lessons had to be explained to the girls when they did not get it. Some pony else had to tell them what the lesson was. In this episode's case, Celestia could not interfere. If anyone of higher power told Twilight what to do, whether it be Celestia, Luna, or Discord, Twilight would not have learned the lesson. And we wouldn't want another Korra incident on our hands, now do we?
So, you mean that the main character goes up a level by divine intervention like Korra did thanks to the past avatars, rather than getting there out of her own strength like Twilight did?
Yep, pretty much. Finally, the moral itself is well done.
A little while ago, my teacher and mentor, Princess Celestia, sent me to live in Ponyville. She sent me to study friendship, which is something I didn't really care much about. But now, on a day like today, I can honestly say I wouldn't be standing here if it weren't for the friendships I've made with all of you. Each one of you taught me something about friendship, and for that, I will always be grateful.
As we look throughout the seasons, all the episodes demonstrated how she progressed over the years, thanks to those friends she's made. All it took was a little push from Celestia to start her journey and make her monomyth.
Well, and dying.
No! Anyway, overall, while the pacing was unusually rushed, Twilight's character development is well choreographed as a story arc finale to her journey. It was visually appealing in animation and art style. The music finally feels epic in orchestration and songs. All emotion is brought to the table, and the overall moral concludes Twilight's arc very well. So, I give Magical Mystery Cure a final score of 3.5 stars out of 4. It makes the show what it is.
What? You do scoring in your reviews? Horse feathers. I give this episode a pair of wings and a small crown. So, where do we go from here? It has already been announced that the first 2 episodes of Season 4 are a direct follow-up to this finale. And it makes kind of sense. The status quo got altered big time, and now they kind of need to establish the new setting and group dynamic for the seasons to come, like they did in the pilot episodes. I am really curious and looking forward to see where they are going with this in the next season.
Well, we'll probably just have to wait for July. That's when San Diego Comic-Con happens, and they'll usually have clips for all 3 properties of My Little Pony.
Don't want to know anything about those clips. I hate spoilers.
Well, if you want to pass the time, there's always the comics. The strange and usually dark comics, but comics nonetheless.
Oh yeah, they're pretty fun. And dark is always a selling point for me. Well, I guess we are done here, aren't we?
I guess so. Well, thanks for helping me out with this season finale review.
No biggie. Doing a review with somebody else was actually not as horrible as I would have suspected. But this was really enough social interaction for now. Time to get back to my own channel where I don't have to share the spotlight with any pony. Okay, how do I get back there?
Give me 1 second. Power of jump cut, do your duty! Did it work?
Yes, I am back home. Oh, sweet Luna! Why is there liquid pride